What a bitch.
What's up, nigga?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jesse with Inclusion Car Club, and got something a little bit special to this dead channel. I got Jason over here.
Wow.
And
What is it called?
and we got our 1991 Eagle Talon TSI all-wheel drive. We actually picked this thing up probably around like August.
Yeah.
August is when we picked this thing up, and I mean it's pretty musty and everything. We pulled it into the shop and we just hooked up a battery to it because we don't know how long it's been since it's been turned on. Everything's pretty musty. Didn't have a turbo. Came with this pretty decent looking turbo manifold, so that's kind of a plus. And we threw the battery from the Accord onto here, and we're gonna see if we can try to get it figured out. I just found the mass airflow sensor right up at the very top, and got it plugged in. I have no clue what else we need, but we're gonna see if we can get it to start up. All right, guys, so we just got most of the stuff plumbed up. I got a lot of the coolant lines and oil lines plugged up, and so now we're gonna see if we can get her to turn over. I might need to use a little bit of fluid, but we'll see how it goes. All right, go. All right, yeah, it's got it. Okay, so during that start, you guys could hear it wanted to kick over, so we definitely know we got spark, but we're not getting any fuel, and we just put 2 gallons into it of fresh fuel. And so what I'm thinking it is that we're not getting any injectors firing. So what I might end up doing is pulling, well, even before it was kind of popping before we threw some fluid into it, some starter fluid. We also noticed that we didn't hear a pump going, and I'm not too familiar on where the pumps are on these cars. I'll do a little bit of research and see if we can pop it out. If so, hopefully it's the same kind, same type that's on these cords, and I have an extra one of those, and we'll see if we can get it to work. Whew. All right, guys, I just got the fuel pump out, and it does not look the greatest. I just took the fuel pump apart. I might actually see if this actually does work, because I wasn't hearing it. But I also looked at this, and oh my god, look at that, guys. The fuel that's in there is all rusted out. Probably corroded this really, really bad. So that ground is probably not grounding the way it's supposed to. And yeah, I mean, the thing I'm surprised about is the sending unit and all that good jazz is all together. That's surprising to me. But like I said, I'm gonna see if I can get this pump to work, because I assume that the car does work and will work. It's just the fuel pump, it's not priming or running. So I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to work, to run, and then we'll try to start it up one more time. Alright, another update for you guys. Jason just left, and I showed you that rusted ass fuel pump. So what I'm gonna do, and I know you guys are probably gonna think, That's the most ghetto thing I've ever seen, but it's one of my only options right now because I do want to see if I can get the car running on its own power. And I just tested that fuel pump and there was nothing at all. So that fuel pump was shot. So I'm pretty sure the injectors are working. There's just no fuel getting to it. So what I got here is the stock fuel pump out of the Accord. For those of you who don't know about the Accord or first time watching this, you can go ahead and look at another video where I talk more about it and do a little walk around and everything on it. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fuel pump, and just for size comparison, here is the stock fuel pump. And like I said, because we don't have a turbo on this, I just want to be able to get it to run under its own power and see if we can actually get it to run. And I'm going to do this, try to do this as best as I can to not, you know, to keep all the factory stuff on that where it hooks up to. But okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking these two spades right here, put it right there, taking those two spades connectors, because this uses this separate plug and I cannot find that plug for whatever reason. Here, let me see if I can put you in my crotch. So what I'm gonna do is, you can see it, you can probably can't see because of the lighting, but there's a plus sign right there. And so I'm gonna have this red one go there. I'm gonna have them color coded. I got this wiring set. I'm using 22 gauge wire, so I hope that's all right for right now, or 20 gauge wire. I know I should be using thicker, but that's what I got for right now. Anyways, let me see. We gotta do this shielded one. And I'm gonna do a shielded one on one side, and then a non-shielded one on the other side. I would rather have both of them shielded, but I can't fit another shielded one inside. So right now, like I said, for right now, this is gonna have to work, and I already have the wires cut. They don't need to be very long. This is about the same size as what they had in the fuel, where the fuel pump was. So I'm gonna get these both wired in, crimped in, I mean, and see if, I'm just gonna make sure that this one is gonna work. It did work before, so I'm gonna plug it in I'm gonna plug it back in over there. And like I said before, we did put 2 gallons into this, and I'm gonna put a new filter because that other one did not even have a filter. It's like it fell apart. But I'm going to plug this one back in, plumb it back into that, drop it into the tank, and see if we get some fuel pressure. Whew. All right, another update. Just got the fuel pump in. Not gonna put I already got it plugged back in. Man, you can't see anything with this camera. Anyways, got a wire back in, getting the battery hooked back up, and hopefully, God willing, we get a good startup. All right, let's go, baby. Ready for these rods, boys. I had actually been working on this thing for the last, holy moly, what time is it? This thing's been sitting right in front of the shop for about, God knows, like 3 or 4 months. I think I said that before. That's the first startup, first time it's ever been running. I'm really happy. It's gonna be, right now it's straight off the header. And I blocked off all of these right here, so there might be a little bit of a leak because I don't have these tying down. I know this is tying down, but it's definitely working. I don't know if you guys could tell when I put my hand right up to here and it started to stutter because I could feel the heat from my hand. But yeah, guys, it is running. That little fuel pump is working just fine. I might, just for the heck of it, throw on a air fuel gauge. We got 2 of them in the shop right now, and just to make sure it is where it's at. And I do actually have an ECU for this car that I'll be putting on, and I will be tuning it myself, you know, to get it going. And of course, don't freak out, guys, I will be getting a bigger fuel pump for it. I will be getting the stock fuel pump for it. That is just for right now. But I figured since this motor is not much bigger than my F22B2. I'm actually not sure what size motors the 4G63 3s are, but it is pretty. I think it'll work. I think it will work, and we will be in business. All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna go home. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. I know it's not super late, but I do work in the morning. So, like always, guys, I want you guys to have a good day. And if you want something, just fucking go for it, man. You can do whatever. Peace out. Bye.